Streaming now, this is the Wood TV Live Desk.
And good afternoon, everyone. Phil Penarski here with the Wood TV Live Desk. Hope you're all having a great start to your Monday. Bad Habit, the place known for its extreme milkshakes, is back officially. It had its grand reopening on Friday in downtown Grand Haven. It is back and ready to start offering customers some pretty crazy desserts. And joining us today to talk a little bit more about that is one of the co-owners of Bad Habit, Bonnie Brown. Bonnie, thank you so much for being with us this morning.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yes, no, absolutely. And I guess just starting off, we got to talk about the idea, the creation of Bad Habit, these extreme milkshakes, some of them, most of them, tons of toppings, full cookies, entire pieces of cake are just jammed into these milkshakes. How did this idea even get started? Was this an idea that you felt needed to not only come to Grand Haven, but really just be out there in general?
Well, I'll tell you, I grew up in a family that were probably some original foodies back before foodie was really a thing, and developed an appreciation for probably a little bit more than an appreciation for desserts from my father. And I just always, anytime I ate out in Grand Haven or in the surrounding areas, while the offerings for dessert were lovely, I just always felt like there was a little bit more that could be there, or that I was missing that one thing that was a destination dessert. Like, oh, I really want to go to X because they have the most amazing whatever for dessert. And because I spent a lot of time in Vegas for business, when I was out there the spring of I can't even keep track of the years now, but anyway, 6 months before Bad Habit opened last year, so I guess it was in June of 21. And I had dinner with friends, and they said, you have to try this new dessert place, or this new dessert friend of ours has developed this thing during COVID. She started making these amazing milkshakes in her house, and she was delivering them. You order on the app on the phone, and she brings it to the restaurant wherever you're at. So we ordered these milkshakes, and they came in, and they were similar to what we're making here now, and just so over the top and delicious. And my immediate thought was, we don't have anything like this in Michigan, in West Michigan, and this is a great idea, and we should bring it. So I came back from my business trip and talked with my co-owner, John Zervis. We had been looking at different opportunities to go into business together. And over the summer, I started, when I had friends over for barbecues or just to hang out, I would start making some shakes, and one at a time developed kind of our first few that we liked, and unanimously every single time our friends were just blown away and thought, kept telling us that this was something we needed to move forward on. So that's how we started.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, and you mentioned, making these shakes, picking out some of the flavors that are going to go into these shakes, and some of the creations you guys have decided on. Can you touch a little bit more on these specific shakes that are available right now that people can try out? Why did you select these? How are they made? What's inside them? Kind of give the people a little bit extra knowledge on what they can expect at Bad Habit.
Absolutely. So the very first shake that we developed, or that I developed, is the potty mouth, and selfishly developed it because they're my favorite flavors, and it was lemon based, and lemon cheesecake. And I created it around the time of my birthday. I had a lemon cheesecake birthday cake and had leftovers for that, and thought, I bet this would be amazing if we blended it into a shake. And so the potty mouth it's a vanilla based shake that has lemon cream cookies blended up into the shake. Then has a slice of lemon cheesecake on top of it, 2 lemon bars, whipped cream, lemon curd drizzle. If you like lemon, it's amazing. It's even though there's all of those things on top of it, it still feels like it's a lighter shake than some of our ones that are really focused on chocolate. So that was our first, and holds a near and dear space in my heart, I think, because of that. Mm-hmm. But the shake that I really feel is life-changing is the shake we developed last June for our Shake of the Month, or May or June, and we had a naming contest, and the public helped name it, and so the name was Insomniac. and it is a tiramisu coffee flavored shake. So you have a cup that has a chocolate drizzle on the inside of the cup, and then you have a tiramisu coffee flavored shake. And the cup is rimmed with frosting and then crushed up chocolate covered espresso beans. Then on top of the shake, you have a layer of whipped cream, and then you have a slice of tiramisu cake and some of those hazelnut pirouette rolled cookies, more chopped espresso beans that are chocolate covered, and whipped cream. And it is amazing.
Right now, it's very obvious that at Bad Habit, more is more. It's not, you guys are not skimping out on anything. You're trying to give the people everything that they're going to need, really, whenever they do come into Bad Habit. And I do want to kind of switch gears a little bit, Bonnie. We're talking about the new location in Grand Haven, downtown Grand Haven on Washington Avenue. This space, what does it mean to you guys to now have this larger presence in the downtown Grand Haven area?
Oh, it's huge for us for a couple different reasons. I mean, one, the exposure and the access to a customer base. We were given an opportunity to find a space last year when we couldn't find anything anywhere by Home Realty, and they were very kind to us to give us that space, and it was amazing for us. But we were off the beaten path. People consistently told us they had a hard time finding us. So to be in a centralized location where we're easily seen is amazing. Beyond that, it's probably close to almost three times the amount of space. So it gave us an opportunity to really expand and sort of stretch our limits with offering different things. So we now are open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner items, and have an espresso bar. So we went from 10 milkshakes to a menu that is covering 4 TV screens. So it's huge, the change for us.
Yeah, no, and just kind of staying on that same lane about the menu, you mentioned just starting out with those 10 milkshakes, now offering all these different varieties of food and a whole different real atmosphere as far as a restaurant experience. Can you touch on maybe some other new things that people can expect as you guys continue to move in and grow in this downtown location?
Yeah, absolutely. So, in regard to what we have now with opening, some of the changes that we've made, I mentioned the espresso bar and breakfast and pastries and things. One of the other changes, and just in the last 3 days, we've noticed that this is the most popular item of our last, 2 or 3 days of being open now. And it's the create your own shake option. So, a lot of the feedback that we got previously was that the shakes were, very large, which they're meant to be, that people would like to be able to have the option to customize their shakes. So maybe they don't want the full Bad Habit experience, but they want to have some of it. So we created a menu where you can grab a piece of paper as you come in the door and a pencil, and you can check off all the different things that you want to have on your shake and come up with your own combination and try different things, and it can be the base price of $7. You just want a plain chocolate milkshake because you don't want anything more than that, or you can surpass the things that we've identified. So that option's been very popular so far. We have a French toast souffle for breakfast that is amazing. It bakes overnight. It sits overnight and soaks up all of the custard, and we bake it fresh in the morning with a brown sugar crumble over the top. We're hoping in the next year to be able to get a liquor license and to be able to add some adult spirits into some of the milkshakes for the evening hours. So that would be amazing as well.
Yeah, no, definitely. And I guess one of the other things that I saw kind of in the works here at Bad Habit were these bubble waffles. Can you kind of talk a little bit more about these? I know a lot of people may not be familiar with this dish.
Absolutely. So bubble waffles are very popular in Asia and Hong Kong. I believe they originated in Hong Kong. And if you think of a traditional waffle, it has concaved crevices. A bubble waffle literally has bubbles on the surface instead of crevices. And it is inside those bubbles, it is very soft. It has a more of a custard flavor or an eggy flavor texture, lightly crispy on the outside, but very soft on the inside. And you can customize them to make them savory or sweet. They can be served flat with your toppings on top, or they can be in more of a cone shape. So you can put it in a cone. You can have Fruity Pebbles or crushed Oreos put in the batter, and then you could put 2 scoops of ice cream in there and all your toppings. Or for our lunch and dinner options, we have a savory combination, and you can add, for one of them has brie cheese and sliced apples and hot honey and chopped pecans on top of it. So there's just a ton of different combinations.
A little something for everybody, definitely.
Yes,
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah, all right, Bonnie. Well, as we're kind of wrapping up here, I quickly want to just talk a little bit more about, we're obviously going to let you kind of have the last word here. We have a lot of people already seeming to be very interested in Bad Habits. Arthur asking if you guys even deliver, because he was really excited, it seems, to want to get his hands on some of these shakes. But the floor is yours, Bonnie. I mean, we want you to really express why you think that Bad Habit is the place to go for not only milkshakes, but these creations that you guys have invented as well.
Well, thanks. Yes. So delivery, we do want to be able to deliver, and we are hoping to expand to that. We've been talking with Lakeshore Delivery, and we just need to get in our groove, get open, feel like we have a good system in place and processes in place. We don't want to short serve or keep anybody waiting longer than they need to, both in the store and with delivery. So we want to make sure that we're offering a good experience, but that's on our agenda for sure. Bad Habit, our goal is to be a destination spot for not only visitors, but for the regular community, the regular visitors who are already starting to be here every morning for their coffee and their favorite pastry. We strive for it to feel very comfortable and very homey. We've got jazz playing in the morning and free Wi-Fi, and people come already and are sitting and having their bottomless cup of coffee and a pastry and chatting. So that's what we hope to accomplish, and we hope that people will feel that when they come in.
All right, Bonnie. Well, again, thank you so much for joining us this morning. We really do appreciate learning more about Bad Habit and its new location on Washington Avenue in downtown Grand Haven. Bonnie, thank you so much for being here today.
Thank you.
And I want to thank everybody else for tuning into this latest edition of the Wood TV Live Desk. I'm Phil Penarski, and we hope you have a great rest of your day.
Thanks so much.